Yo, what's going on, man? We got a heavy push day today, and honestly, when I first started working out, stretching was the last thing on my mind. I'd go right into the gym, go right into the working set, and as you get longer into the game, you'll appreciate just being able to stretch out the muscles, get like nice mobility so that you prepare the body, pretty much prime the body for good range of motion while you're doing your working set. So I've got a really weak shoulder. I'm just trying to pull all the fibers from the chest out towards the shoulders into the head of the biceps. Everything is super tight. And so I just want to make sure that the chest is ready for today's push day. You've got lagging upper pectoral muscles, and this is why you need to do the incline bench press first. Incline bench press, just like the flat bench, is a great compound movement for working that chest. However, you'll want to put this as a priority because it works multiple muscles. It's got your upper chest, it's got your shoulders, as well as your arms. Not to say that the flat bench press won't do that for you, but you absolutely want to hit a lagging muscle group, and you're gonna go heavy on this one, and this is why you wanna do this as a first exercise on your chest days. These are the three reasons why I choose dumbbell chest press over a barbell bench press. Number one, you've got way better range of motion. So with a dumbbell, you can actually go past your shoulder height and bring the head of the dumbbell right into the armpits. You want to bring it into the pockets before pushing back up. In those eccentrics, the further you go down, the more you're stretching the muscle, the more muscle tear there's gonna be, the more gains you're gonna get. Give that a try for your range of motion. Second of all, you've got your arms working independently. With a barbell, it's a very restrictive movement and it's going straight up and down. But more importantly, both arms are executing at the same time. With free weights like dumbbells, they both have to work independently, which also leads me to my third point, which is you have more stability. You enhance your stability on a dumbbell bench press because your body works a little bit harder because you're now working on both sides. These are my top 3 tips for why you should use a dumbbell chest press over barbell bench press. Setting up this bad boy, super simple. Have the cable machines right at the top of the machine. Grab hold of the handlebars. You can take one step out. You can have a split stance. You can have your feet behind you. That's okay. Whichever foot you're comfortable placing in front is absolutely no dramas. You don't have to take a huge step out like this. Just make sure that it's enough so that there's tension on the cables. Have your arms slightly bent at 45 degrees behind you. The further back you go, the more range of motion you're gonna get. Essentially, all you're gonna do is you're gonna drive your hands in a semicircle around you, bringing those elbows together to squeeze the chest. We're trying to pretend like we're squeezing or hugging a big tree in front of us before coming back into that starting position. Now, when you come forward and bring your hands out, you don't want your arms all the way down here, and you don't want your arms at eye level either. You want to bring it right down into the middle of your body before drawing backwards. And once again, what we don't want to do is shrug our shoulders. Keep those shoulders relaxed as you bring those arms and elbows together. The major muscle group that's being worked here is the lower pecs. We are not going to be actually working a whole lot else. If you come in a little closer, you'll notice that my inner and my upper chest are being squeezed at the highest point here, but it's the lower pecs that are actually doing most of the work. If you're trying to grow a bigger chest, do this on your next chest workout. Let's talk about the most controversial movements that I know of, at least, which is the barbell upright row. And the reason why this is such a controversial movement is because there's a lot of range of motion that can be covered, but then a lot of people will kind of say like, hey, that hurts my shoulders. And then another argument is, hey, I'm using way too much of my traps. So I'm gonna try to go through this, talk through things as to why I'm doing certain things and what might work for you while you try the barbell upright rows. The biggest mistake that people make is while they're going into their upright rows, they tend to use their wrist a lot. And so they drop their elbows and they're lifting with their forearms. So one, wrist impingement. But the biggest one is actually the shoulder impingement. A lot of people can't actually go higher than this because their shoulder mobility won't allow them. But if they actually try to bring the bar to their chin, they can, but they're gonna lift with their wrist. So that's a second controversy. One is that their wrist hurts, and two, that their shoulder mobility doesn't work. And the best way to do this is actually lifting, making sure that the elbows drive up and the wrist then follow. If you do that, you're gonna be able to bring that bar a little higher. You'll also notice that the bar is not that far away from my body. I'm keeping it relatively close. If you have your bar really far out, you're gonna hurt yourself. And so that's where more controversy comes in when doing this movement. Try these things to prevent any injuries when you do your upright rows. Is we're gonna do some triceps. Pretty simple, rope push downs. Okay, this is gonna target the lateral side of the triceps. Earlier with the skull crushers, we did the long head. Now we're doing the lats side. So, super simple. Take half a step back, it's like bending the knee, leaning forward, hinging at the waist. Bring those elbows right by the rib cage, and you're just gonna pinkies away and back up.